School.
I realize I just can't even reason or rationalize with this individual.
Light rain and a chance for thunderstorms tonight. Who could see some snow?
A Boulder judge tosses a lawsuit that's been tangling up Marshall Fire debris removal.
Students in Arvada walk out of class to protest budget cuts to arts programs.
We could do a walkout, we could fight for our teachers.
All right, first tonight, it smells like rain.
Oh, yes, it does. It has been drizzling on and off throughout the day here in Metro Denver, and that moisture is bringing snow to the mountains. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for Denver 7 News at 5. I'm Ann Trujillo.
I'm Shannon Ogden, glad you're with us. Also with us, Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson. I understand we might even hear some thunder tonight.
Indeed, after yesterday's summer-like temperatures around 80, it's cooled off a lot, but we might hear something. It sounds more like spring or thunder. With the thunder coming in with some of the rain later on. So 55 is all we had for a high today. That's 31 degrees colder than what we had yesterday. And this is what it's looked like out at City Park in time lapse with the rain coming through. Kind of nice to see some of those showers though, because they're cleaning things up a little bit out there after all of the wet weather and the white weather we've had recently. Of course, that snow leaves behind all that dirt once it melts away. So the snow level is pretty high. It's running about 7,500 to 8,000 feet. We do have winter weather advisories in effect in the mountains right now. And you can see some of these little bands of heavier precipitation that have moved through with a little bit of thunder and lightning from time to time from some of these showers. So rain below 7,000 feet, snow for the mountains. We may see some snow by morning, maybe a minor accumulation in grassy areas. And do not be surprised if you hear a couple of rumbles of thunder this evening.
All right, thanks for the warning. And thanks to cooler temperatures and rain, firefighters are getting better control over 2 wildfires that are still burning north of Denver. Firefighters in Boulder now have the NCAR fire 90% contained. And despite the wind, crews were also able to hold that fire to 190 acres, and firefighters say smoke will be visible for at least the next few days. Crews are also working to fully contain the Soulshine fire. That one's in Estes Park off Highway 34, just east of Estes Park, I should say. Firefighters say that fire is now 13 acres, 30% contained, and crews are now focusing on the fire line and plan to let the cool air and the rain help put the flames out.
A Boulder County judge has dismissed a lawsuit regarding the Marshall Fire debris removal program. The Diggs lawsuit was led by former FEMA administrator Michael Brown, who claimed the county violated open meetings laws when selecting a contractor. The judge ruled the lawsuit had no standing since the group and its members are in no way affiliated with Boulder County. So now the county can officially move forward with the Marshall Fire cleanup. And tonight, Boulder County is holding a virtual meeting that should include exact details on that debris removal process. So if you are interested, it's a 6 o'clock meeting. You can register at boco.org. Louisville police have arrested a man accused of breaking into a home in the Marshall Fire burn area this month. Officers arrested Nathan Letke this weekend.
Nearly 5 hours of peace talks have wrapped up for the day between Ukraine and Russia. Officials say progress is being made. Russia says it will limit military activity near Kyiv and Chernihiv to increase trust between both sides. The Biden administration says they see evidence that Russian troops are leaving Kyiv, but believe it's more likely a redeployment of their forces than an actual withdrawal. The next round of peace talks between Russia and Ukraine is scheduled to happen in 2 weeks.
Well, Aurora will begin enforcing its new camping ban next month. Last night, City Council narrowly approved the ban that Mayor Kaufman had been vocally supportive of for months now. It requires a 3-day notice before camp is cleared. The city also has to provide people in that encampment an alternative place to stay and storage options as well for those whose belongings are moved.
A Denver middle school's mural meant to celebrate trans lives was vandalized this weekend, and students painted that rainbow display just last month. Well, Denver 7's Patrick Perez is live outside Lake Middle School.
Patrick, the whole thing was caught on camera, and one man actually confronted the suspect here.
Yes, Shannon, that man was getting ready to walk his dog when he saw that other man with a red spray paint can. It happened right here at 18th and Julian. You can see that the mural now has been painted over with this gray color. Well, anyway, these two argued for about 20 minutes or so, but there was no convincing that man to stop. Remnants of a rainbow are all that's left of this mural, now painted in gray after being defaced outside Lake Middle School in Denver.
I was a little upset that somebody in the community, the community that we live, just thinks that it's okay to spread hate, and especially directed at our youth.
Jorge Delgado snapped this photo while walking his dog this weekend after seeing this message spray painted in red over the Trans Lives Matter mural.
I feel like the only reason that somebody would take that upon themselves to again spread hateful messages that they've obviously never interacted with somebody.
The person who defaced the mural didn't seem to care about getting caught. Nearby surveillance video shows a man walking up to it and spray painting his message. The time, 9:06 on Saturday morning.
We kind of exchanged some heated words for about 20 minutes before I realized I just can't even reason or rationalize with this individual.
This man, who did not want to be identified, actually caught the spray painter in the act while walking his dog. In the photos he took, you can see the red spray paint can in the man's hand.
It was just senseless regurgitation of talking points that have no merit in them.
According to an Instagram post by City Year Denver, students from the school's Gay Straight Alliance started working on the mural in mid-February.
I've talked to kids and they've talked about how, it embodies their school spirit.
He reported the incident to police, the school, and several LGBTQ groups. Both he and Delgado hope this is not the last we'll see of the students' work.
Make it bigger. Heck, they have all this wall over here. Let's go. Let's do some more.
So the Center in Colfax, that's an LGBTQ group. They call it very disturbing and disappointing what happened here. Denver police says its bias-motivated crime unit is also investigating this. We also reached out to Denver Public Schools for comment for this story, but because it is spring break, we have not yet heard from them. For now, we're live in Denver. I'm Patrick Perez, Denver 7.
Yeah, really frustrating. Thank you, Patrick. Right now, the Douglas County School Board is meeting to officially hire its new superintendent. The contract for Erin Kane is for the next 4 years. She was chosen by the conservative majority board to replace Corey Wise. One minority board member is sitting out tonight's meeting, and he spoke with us before the meeting, and you will hear more from him coming up on Denver 7 News at 6.
Well, last week, students at Arvada's Pomona High School learned budget cuts would be made to some of the school's art programs, including music, theater, and journalism.
And today, students walked out of class to protest. Denver 7's Micah Smith spoke with students who rely on these critical programs and don't want to see them go.
At 9:45 on a Tuesday morning, high schoolers of all grade levels at Pomona High School in Arvada walked out of the building.
We're just doing a walkout because all of the arts programs, journalism, instrumental music, theater, were all getting cut.
A few weeks ago, students learned Pomona was eliminating the full-time instrumental teaching position, a part-time theater teacher position, and would make several more cuts impacting arts classes.
Our goal with the walkout is to show solidarity and to show that we want these programs back.
As the students filed out of the building, parents like Laura Janot showed support from a distance.
The kids need to voice their opinions, and I hope that they realize that these are important classes and that it is what the kids really want.
I'm Bryn Vaughn. I'm a freshman at Pomona High School.
Bryn isn't in choir or band, but considers herself a student journalist.
I do it, and then I'm in journalism, which got cut and we're not going to have next year.
As the student protest made its way from the school to Wadsworth Boulevard, students held signs and chanted to bring attention to their cause.
Panthers, let's go black!
In a letter to parents and students, Pomona principal Andy Geis said, quote, "I am committed to reaching a place where students feel heard. We're working on their concerns while students are within their rights to protest. It would be unfortunate to lose instructional time or risk any safety issues that may arise from a walkout." Geis also said students who want to learn music will have the opportunity, but students say this won't make up for the loss of teachers they've grown to know and love.
It's more than just like a passion for a lot of us, and I think a majority of us, we use this as a sort of like therapy.
Music saved my life. That plain and simple, music saved my life.
Reporting in Arvada, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Preston was a victim of police brutality.
This man was tackled and tased by Aurora police during a traffic stop.
Now he wants Aurora's police chief to step down.
I'm still I've been traumatized.
Plus, the FDA authorizes a second COVID-19 booster. We'll explain who qualifies.
And booking your next trip? Well, tiny drones can now give you a glimpse inside the hotel before check-in.
First-person view drones offer a very immersive perspective. It really feels like it's you walking through the hotel or the lobby.
And the Denver Zoo will allow guests to walk among the wallabies.